Okay.
Matters to you to what's important to us. Chevy runs deep.
Welcome back, everybody. Nothing says football like a masked man wearing a tie in a rowboat. If you haven't seen him on YouTube yet, here now, the K-State mask following the Wildcats' drubbing of the Miami Hurricanes.
So here I am on my boat, waiting on Miami, ready for a hurricane. And guess what? Not even a spring mist. You guys came talking all that junk about your swag. Birdman on YouTube talking about coming to kiss my girls, and she had her breath ready and everything. And guess what? You let her down. Al Golden's tie is ridiculous. Gold on a white shirt? Get out of here. Everybody talked about how Denzel Perryman was going to make Colin Klein bleed. The only person who was bleeding was Denzel Perryman, because I think it was the time of the month for him. I want to give a huge shout out and mad props to our offensive line. We put over 300 yards rushing on them fools. I might be off a little bit on my stats. That's how it felt like, didn't it, Miami? Kingston Hostrip is a monster of a man. I seen him yesterday. He scared the shit out of me. John Hubert, what else can I say about the guy? He runs like it's his last day on earth. He runs like somebody stole his cookies and he's trying to get them back. Arthur Brown hits people like they were talking about his sister. I don't know if he has a sister, but would you want to talk about her if he did? Next Saturday, September 15th, we've got the North Texas Mean Green. You guys have an eagle for a mascot. How many green eagles have you ever seen in your life? Stupid. Eagles are brown or black or white. Gold. If you want to know who to pick for the game, just give me a hole. I'll tell you, Kansas State by a lot.
Oh, that was mildly offensive to women and to rowers.
Somebody broke up my ass, that little black pig one there. Call him stupid in the rowboat going back.
He's going back into the rowboat. But as far as the team that he loves so much, Ron, they're looking mighty fine after rushing for 6 touchdowns in that dismantling of Miami.
Well, that's a good football team, and Coach Snyder's done a great job. He really has, and they got some clear sailing now. Next week they got Oklahoma. It'll be a big game next week, but that's a good football team. They've done a great job.
Well, the great thing to me about that football team, we talked about them a couple of weeks ago, is the fundamentals. You know, blocking and tackling, those little things that tend to kind of go by the wayside when we start talking about quarterbacks and all the flashy skill positions. Arthur Brown, that linebacker, is a beast. And Colin Klein did some special stuff, too.
And we always brag on him. You know, he just leaned over the goal line. He doesn't have to run in the end zone. That's how tall and big he is. But what you mentioned, the fundamentals, you know, this is a sound football team. And Coach Snyder doesn't care if you're a superstar or not. If you don't follow his game plan, his philosophy to the ladder, you're not stepping on that field.
Yeah, and that's what really stands out to me is how well coached they are. Like, these kids don't know that they're in Little Manhattan. They don't know that they weren't 5-star recruits. They are a lunch pail, blue-collar group. And when you can get kids to buy in not only to their team but to themselves, which is really what I see, and Colin Klein, I think, embodies that more than anybody, you're going to have yourself a good, tough football team. The athletes on Kansas State side compared to Miami's not even comparable. We're talking about Duke Johnson, you know, in week 1 about how Brady was, how fast he was. How did that work, getting punched in the mouth?
They also have fans like the K-State mask.
Yeah.
Really,
They were nuts.
really represent.
You have to go there to really appreciate that atmosphere.
There will be a few times, though, where they're saying we're not in Kansas anymore. When you look at their schedule as the year goes on, and Ron mentioned the Big 12 opener coming at Oklahoma. They're also going to have to go up to Morgantown. West Virginia has a lot of clutch home games. They'll also be at TCU, ending the year at home against
They own Texas.
That's right. Hopefully the mask can learn how